Imagine this. You buy a beautiful house, a place you've been dreaming about for years. The kind of home you picture yourself growing old in. Quiet street, big lawn, white fence. Everything calm, everything peaceful. And then, on your very first night, before the boxes are even unpacked, you find a letter in the mailbox. No stamp, no name, just one line on the envelope. To the new owner. You open it, expecting something harmless. Maybe a welcome message from the neighbors. But the handwriting inside is strange. Tight strokes, uneven lines, like the writer pressed too hard or didn't want their hand to shake. And the message is nothing like a welcome. It reads, "I've been watching the house. Long before you arrived, long before anyone else lived here. The house calls to me, and now it has called you too." At first, you're confused. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe someone thinks this is funny. But then you notice the last line. "I watch the house, and I watch everyone who enters it." No signature, just a bold, dark scratch of ink, like the writer couldn't decide how to end the message. You look around. The quiet street suddenly feels too quiet, too empty, too still. Because somewhere out there, someone is watching. Someone who knows you. Someone who claims the house as if it belongs to them. And this is only the beginning. The morning after the first letter, the house looks the same. Bright sunlight falls on freshly painted walls. The lawn is still green. The air smells like possibility. And yet, there's a weight in the atmosphere you can't shake off. Meet the family. A husband, a wife, and their young child. They've dreamed of this house for years. Every corner promised comfort. Every room whispered home. The front door opens with a familiar creak, welcoming them inside. The floors are polished, the walls painted in soft, warm tones. The kitchen smells faintly of vanilla, though nothing has been cooked yet. The living room has a large bay window. Sunlight spills across the floor like liquid gold. Everything seems perfect. But perfection has a shadow. Upstairs, the bedrooms are quiet, almost too quiet. A long hallway stretches like a tunnel, each door closed, hiding stories you don't yet know. You hear the faint tap of a branch against the window. Wind, maybe. Or maybe something. Even the neighbors are strange. They wave when you pass by, but their smiles don't quite reach their eyes. Some linger a second too long, just staring at the house. As if they remember something you cannot. The family tries to shake it off. "This is our dream home," they tell each other. And yet, when the mail comes the next day, another letter waits. It isn't friendly, and it isn't signed. It's the first whisper of something dark, something that is watching. And now, they can't ignore it anymore. A few days pass. The family tries to convince themselves it's just a prank, maybe a bored neighbor, maybe a delivery mix-up. But then the second letter arrives. This one is different, heavier, personal. The envelope has no return address. Inside, the handwriting is more deliberate, more knowing. "I see you unpacking the boxes. I see the way you move through the halls. I know where you hide at night when the lights go out. I know the corners of your H." A chill crawls up your spine. The words are simple, but the meaning is horrifying. It's not just a stranger playing a game. It's someone watching the house, watching them. The family starts noticing subtle things. Doors slightly ajar that they could have sworn were closed. Windows left open, though no one touched them. Footsteps in the hallway when no one is home. They tell each other it's paranoia, but deep down, a shadow of fear takes root. The letters continue. "You should know, the house is alive, and it's whispering your secrets to me. Do you like that?" Questions begin to gnaw at their minds. Who is doing this? How do they know so much? And why? Why the house? That night, they sleep with the lights on. Every creak, every whisper, every shift of shadow feels like proof of eyes in the dark, a presence just beyond their vision. And though no one has seen it, they all feel it. Someone or something is watching. Days turn into weeks. The house begins to feel less like a home and more like a living entity. Every corner seems to watch, Every shadow stretches too long. Small things start to happen, the kind of things that make you question your own mind. The front door, locked every night, is sometimes found slightly open. Lights flicker without reason, leaving sudden darkness in familiar rooms. Mirrors seem off, reflecting movements that aren't yours. The family exchanges worried glances, each silently wondering the same thing. Are we imagining this? Or is someone really here? Even the child notices. They whisper about shadows at the end of the hallway, about feeling watched when they play alone. Tension creeps into the adults' minds. Simple decisions feel heavy. Sweep becomes restless. Every creak in the house is a threat. They start to argue more. Small frustrations explode. Spilled coffee, misplaced keys, as if the house itself is feeding their fear, amplifying it. Then there are the letters. They continue arriving, perfectly timed. You walked into the kitchen just now. I saw everything. Did you think I wouldn't? No one knows how the letters arrive. No one sees the person, but their presence is undeniable. The family begins to doubt reality. Are the footsteps real? Are the doors opening themselves? Or is there fear twisting the world around them? One thing is clear. The house is no longer theirs. It belongs to someone else. And that someone else is watching. The family decides to learn more about the house. Maybe the answer lies in its past. Maybe anyone can explain what's happened. They speak to neighbors. Some smile and wave, polite but distant. Some avoid eye contact entirely, leaving a hollow silence. One elderly man finally speaks. His voice low, almost a whisper. That house, it has a history. People come and go, but it watches them all. Some say it remembers. The family presses him for details. He shakes his head. I can't say more. You'll see soon enough. Curiosity turns to unease. As they dig deeper, old newspaper clippings, faded photographs, a journal left behind by a previous resident. Hints emerge of families who once lived there. Some left suddenly, some disappeared entirely. Every account points to the same unsettling pattern. The house watches. The house chooses who stays, and those who ignore it don't stay for long. Even the neighbors seem complicit, as if they've witnessed this cycle for years. Their smiles now feel hollow, almost knowing. The family realizes the house itself holds secrets. Secrets it's willing to defend. Secrets that reach into the lives of anyone who dares enter. And as night falls, the air grows heavy. The shadows in the corners of the rooms stretch longer, darker. The feeling of eyes, hundreds of invisible eyes, presses in on them from every wall. Someone is watching, and they always have been. The third letter comes at night. This time, it isn't left in the mailbox. It's placed inside the house. On the kitchen counter, on the pillow, on the child's bedside table. No pattern, no warning, just there. The handwriting is sharp, almost alive, twisting across the page. I know your fears. I know your secrets. I know what you whispered when you thought no one was listening. The house spoke to me. It told me everything. The words hit harder than the dot. They are no longer vague, no longer playful. They are personal, invasive. The family begins to crumble. Sleep is impossible. Every creak, every groan of the house becomes amplified in the dark. Each shadow seems to move with intention. The letter continues. You are not meant to live here, but you came anyway. Do you understand now? I am the rightful guardian of this place, and I am always watching. The psychological weight is unbearable. The child refuses to enter their own room without a light. The parents argue constant, suspicion creeping into every glance, every word. Even small mistakes feel like signs. A misplaced object, a door left unlocked. Each one becomes proof of the watcher's reach. Paranoia sets in. The family starts whispering to each other, afraid of being overheard. Even their conversations feel unsafe. The letters stop being just letters. They are threats, omnipresent, knowing threats. And now, the family knows the truth. This isn't a prank. This isn't random. Someone or something is inside the house, watching, waiting, learning, and it will not stop. Sleep becomes a stranger. The family wakes to the faintest whispers. Footsteps echo in hallways that should be empty. Shadows creep along walls, lingering long after light should have banished them. Even the child begins to act strangely, speaking to someone unseen, staring at corners with wide, unblinking eyes. The parents exchange anxious glances, each wondering if the other is imagining it. Paranoia takes root. Every creak of the floor, every gust of wind outside feels deliberate. The house itself seems alive, breathing, shifting, watching. Objects move. Not all the time, but enough. A cup left on the counter finds itself on the floor. A chair is never quite where it was. Doors lock and unlock on their own. Conversations fracture. A simple disagreement escalates into shouting. They whisper in corners, afraid of being. Every glance carries suspicion. The letters continue, arriving with horrifying timing. I heard you talking just now. I know your thoughts when you try to hide them. Do you feel safe anywhere? No one knows how the letters arrive. It no longer matters. The fear has become constant. The house has claimed their minds before it claims their bodies. And sometimes, when the lights go out, they swear they can see eyes, not in the shadows of the room, but behind the walls themselves. Family begins to question themselves. Are they losing their minds, or is the watcher real? Are the sounds real, or imagined? And the most terrifying question of all, if the watcher is watching everything, what happens when they look back? By now, fear has turned to desperation. The family refuses to be helpless. If someone or something is watching them, they need answers. They begin to explore the house with a new intensity, examining every corner, every shadowed space. In the attic, they find old boxes covered in dust. Inside, journals from previous occupants, sketches, notes, letters. Most are mundane, but a few hint at something darker. Mentions of watchers, of eyes in the walls, of families disappearing without explanation. A hidden crawl space is discovered behind a false panel in the basement. It's small, cramped, and reeks of age. Scratch marks cover the walls, odd symbols etched into the wood. The family doesn't know what they mean, but the unease is immediate, undeniable. Every clue seems to point to the same terrifying truth. This house is more than walls and wood. It is alive with observation, a tradition passed down through generations of someone or something watching. Yet, nothing is fully explained. The letters, the shadows, the whispers, all remain ambiguous. The family feels the house tightening around them. Every room holds a question that cannot be answered. Every floorboard creak whispers, I know you. And the more they search, the more they realize the house is not just a place, it's a force, and it does not want to let them go. The decision is unanimous. They cannot stay. They cannot endure the constant watching, the creeping shadows. The letters that know too much. That night, they pack in silence. Boxes stacked, bags ready. Every sound outside feels amplified, every shadow a threat. But the house, it refuses to let them leave easily. The front door, once ordinary, now groans like a living thing when they try to open it. Locks jam inexplicably. Windows that should slide open remain stubbornly shut. The child clings to their parents, whispering, I see them. They're in the walls, watching us. The family moves as quickly as they can, but every step feels heavy. The house seems to stretch. Corridors longer than memory allows. Rooms shift, rearranging themselves, turning familiar spaces into traps. And then the letters appear again. One on the counter, one on the bed, one taped to the refrigerator. Leaving so soon? The house does not release its occupants lightly. And you are mine now. Panic sets in. They try to leave, but even the familiar path to the car feels wrong. Every turn seems predetermined. Every hallway a maze. The family realizes, with growing terror, that escape may not be simple. It may not even be possible. And in the darkest corner of the house, something moves. something that does not belong to them. Watching, waiting, patient. As dawn breaks, the family thinks they've escaped the worst. The car is packed, bags in the trunk. The streets are quiet. The air feels lighter. But when they return to the house one last time to grab a few forgotten items, they find it. A final letter taped to the living room wall. No envelope, no hiding, just there, staring at them like a verdict. The handwriting is jagged, almost carved into the paper. You can leave the house, but the house does not leave you. Every shadow you see, every whisper you hear, you brought with you. You belong to it now, and it belongs to me. The words sink like stones. The family feels their stomachs twist, a cold dread crawling over them. It isn't just a threat. It isn't just a warning. It's a declaration of possession. And then they notice something else. Small, subtle, a symbol etched into the corner of the wall, familiar from the crawl space, from the journals. The same symbol the Watcher has been leaving all. The reality becomes impossible to deny. The Watcher isn't just watching the house. The Watcher is tied to it, to them. And no matter where they go, some part of the house, some part of the Watcher follows. The family looks at each other. Hope is gone. Only fear remains. The family leaves the house that morning. The streets are quiet. The air feels lighter, almost normal. They drive in silence, hearts still pounding from the ordeal. The letters, the shadows, the impossible maze of hallways. All of it feels like a nightmare finally behind them. But when they stop at a rest area, something catches the mother's eye. A crumpled notebook in the back of the car, tucked under a bag. She opens it. Pages filled with handwriting. The same sharp, jagged script that wrote the letters. And as she flips through, realization hits. Every word, every terrifying detail matches perfectly. The dates align with the letters. The knowledge of the family's movements, the personal secrets, everything comes from someone who has been in the house all along. Her hands shake as she looks up at her husband and child. Questions swirl. Possibilities collide with truth. Then she notices something even worse. The handwriting isn't just familiar, it matches hers. Memories she doesn't remember resurface. Nights when she thought she was asleep. Dreams where she wrote letters in a strange, trance-like state. The fear, the paranoia, the dread, all hers, unconsciously crafted into words meant to terrify. The horror crashes down. The Watcher wasn't outside. The Watcher wasn't a stranger. The Watcher was inside her, inside the family. The letters, the shadows, the house's malevolent presence. They were amplified by her own mind, her own fear, her own obsession. The family stares at her, confusion, anguish, betrayal. And in that moment, the truth settles. The family drives on, unaware that the letters may never stop, because some horrors are carried within us, and there is no escaping them. Some houses watch, some shadows follow, some letters arrive without a hand to deliver them. But the most terrifying truth is that the Watcher isn't always outside. Sometimes it lives inside you. The fear you carry, the secrets you hide, the moments you think no one is watching. They can turn you into something you never imagined. So next time you walk into your dream home or open an envelope with no name, remember this. The house may seem empty. The halls may seem quiet. The world may seem safe. But some things are always watching. And sometimes the Watcher is you.